How you doing, folks? Welcome back to another exciting adventure in the rebuilding of a Lister D. Now, I have a whole load of bits for the Magneto here and ready to reassemble. A little bit more cleaning to do, but you'll see that this has been sandblasted and it's looking pretty smart. I cleaned this up with a wire wheel. Bearings are looking pretty good, and bearing housing with the outer race, that's all good there. That's going to get a coat of black paint as well, but we'll put that aside for the moment. So let's see what we're looking at now. Okay, so all the clean bits are here. The bits that still need to be cleaned are here, and things that need further inspection. And then what we'll do is we'll grease up the bearing, see how this rotates after we put the bearing housing back together again. And things like the screw heads and that as well too need a little bit of a polish. I want it to look well, you know, so I mean, I may as well spend the extra little bit of time to get it 100%. But I think we have what we need to make a start here. So seeing as I haven't changed the bearings, I'm not going to change the shims either. I don't have the values for them anyway, so there's no point in me trying to guesstimate. I'm sure they got it right when they manufactured it first, so given the fact that this has to turn at 350 RPM, I'd say it's probably going to be close enough. So we'll give this a bit of a wipe. And, I think we'll edit out the whole cleaning procedure and we'll come back to this. Okay, right, so we have most of the parts sufficiently clean there now anyway. So what I'm going to do is just give that a quick spray with some WD and just give the insides of it a wipe out. And then we're pretty much ready to reassemble. So, and then wipe with an oily rag, you know yourself, goes a long way towards cleaning these type of things. So, I think that's looking pretty good now. Bearing in mind that at a 700 RPM engine, this is going to turn at 350 RPM. It's not exactly kind of a turbine engine we're dealing with here, you know, so I think we're fairly safe with the bearings that we have on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the rotor with a bit of grease on the bearings. Okay, so I have a tub of grease over here, normal LM grease or lithium molybdenum grease. Spread that on the bearings. Work it around. Doesn't look it, but the paintbrush is actually clean. But you can't see it actually where I'm standing. A little bit new to all this YouTube video crack, so it'll take me a bit of getting used to. So yeah, I think that's pretty good there now. Those bearings should work absolutely fine. Little bit of brittling on the bearings, but nothing too much to worry about. As I said, it turns slowly. I mean, I'm not going to concern myself with it needing to be perfect or anything like that. You know, it's not a concourse restoration, but still though, let's try and get it as good as we can. So that's that in. Not forgetting our shims, we have to put them in next. So we've 1, 2, 3. They feel like 10 thou shims, I'd imagine that's what they are. That one's a bit thicker, that's probably a 15 thou. So, about maybe, you're probably talking 45 thou shims there. And we'll put a little bit of grease on the seal, just to help it on its journey. It's going to be a bit on the shaft anyway, but you get the bearing housing the right way up, and then this just goes in like so. Just making sure you have your tongue at the right angle while doing it. Just got a little podger just to align the holes. That's it. It's amazing. Normally I'd be looking all over the place for one of the podgers, but it actually fell into my hand there. Must be doing something right these days. So 3 screws to hold the bearing housing in place. Normal flathead screws, nothing too exciting. Pop them in. Making sure not to cross thread anything. And there's the third one there. The little thing escaped clean, so let's give it a quick with a Dremel. Okay, let's screw that down home. The right screwdriver would make life a lot easier. This one here would be better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that's not going in cleanly, so I'm going to just take it out. I'm going to spray a bit of WD-40 into the hole. Unfortunately, I don't have any compressed air here, so there's not much we can do in that front, but just making sure I actually do have the right screw. I do. Okay. So, put a dab of grease on the screw now, help it on. There you go. Obviously hear neighbours talking in the background. It's kind of the joys of living in a suburban area, but there you go. I don't have a problem with it. These are tight going in, which is unfortunate, but we'll get them in nonetheless. Once these are home, we can start worrying about everything else. That's better. That is a lot better. Okay. I had my wrist calibrated only the other week there, so I reckon that's about, oh, I'd say about 120 inch-pounds. Yeah, I think we're good with that. Now let's see how the rotor turns. Oh, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. You can feel the resistance of the magnet in there now as well too. Or at least I can anyway. I can't imagine you can feel much at all aside from maybe your mouse. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Just give a little tap on that. Make sure it's all home. Make sure the bearing is properly seated. Okay. And final nip. See that? I've got an extra turn on it. Okay, I think we're good there. Ah yeah, that did make all the difference. It's very easy for things like that to get cocked. So, I think we're looking good there, so let's see. We might end up putting a bit of oil on those bearings, but to be honest with you, it's not too bad. Okay, now, so that's part one done. Obviously we haven't got the coil to put into it yet, but that will, when that arrives, it'll be ready to just drop in. Next thing what we're going to do is we're going to put the points together, and we're going to put the condenser in. So I have new points for it, so a lot of the stuff that's on this sheet here won't be going back in. But what I need to do is I need to evaluate what I have and what I need. First things first, there's a big screw that goes in the middle here. What I did when I was taking the nut out was I just wedged a scraper into the rotor there, just a plastic scraper. Didn't do any damage. Steel against plastic, obviously the steel is always going to win, so that's good there. Okay, I'm happy. Now, we need to have a look at a few pictures and see what way this all goes back together again, but the next thing to do will be to put in this plate, which is what the points all sit on. So, the best of my recollection, it goes like this. This little lad here goes through here. It has to go down fairly square. Actually, maybe I'm wrong here on this one. No, it goes like that. Okay. Yeah, now we're right. Where are we? No, we're not. Okay, so there's an insulated pole here. So, yeah, now I see what we're doing here. Okay, so insulated pole goes there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and basically, power comes from your condenser here. This is your grounding post here, which is either grounded when the points are closed or not grounded when the points are open. And it grounds through this copper post here. At least I think it does anyway, either that or it grounds on the plate. But look, it all will become clear as we go, as we continue on. So let's have a look at our new points. I did take some photos of this, but they're on my phone, and my phone is currently recording, so it makes life a little bit difficult. But we'll go as far as we can without me having to consult it. If I need to stop the recording, I can do that as well too. Okay, so I have a drawing here in my book that arrived on online. So let's have a quick look. We have a washer and a nut that goes on here. So that goes with a little kind of a spring washer, and a tiny little nut that you can hail the bloody thing if you weren't careful. I think that might be a quarter, although Whitworth, you wouldn't know. You could be bloody anything. It's still taking me a bit of time to get my head around this Whitworth carry on. It's a load. Not to put too fine a point on it, unless it's a load of my arse, if you ask me. Let's see now, where are we? Going for a... This will do. This will do. Yes, it will. Look at that. Perfect. And it's magnetic as well too, which makes installation even easier. That's in. Okay. That's part one done. We have our bag with our new points in here. Open now, let's have a look and see what we have. Okay, so this will go here, and so let's see, we have kind of an awkward setup here with the here this goes in now, so that will have to go, yeah, so that'll be down in there. That's the old one, of course. The new one is here. I'm just practicing with the old one before I go trying and installing the new one. Not done yet. There's the new one there. Oh no, it's different. That is not what I wanted to see. Have I bought the wrong points? Or am I missing something glaringly obvious here and you're all shouting at the computer as we speak? No, look, they're completely different. Well, in the words of a poet, bollocks anyway. So, okay, we'll have to use the old ones for the moment. Obviously, I'll get the right ones at a later stage. So, they go there. Okay. There's a kind of a funny little foam sort of spud that goes there like that. And that will be held in with a washer at a later stage as well. Let's see now. Yeah. Okay, so the spring wraps around the foam. It actually goes here. It goes here. No, that doesn't go there. It goes there. You're not learning new things when you're doing a job like this. You're doing it wrong, to be honest with you. So I'm learning here. Okay, hang on a second now. Let's look at the book. So, yes. So that's going there. Spring goes onto that post. Nut goes on, holds that place. Okay, so that's how that goes. So that's a little pliers, lift it up, put the spring on. That goes there. Another spacer that goes on. That'll go there. And that disappeared. Ah, there it is there. It's nothing if not a little fiddly, to be honest with you, especially because of the size of all the small screws. So, pop that there. No, we're missing something here. We are missing something. There's a big washer that goes under that. We'll take that off first. Large washer, small washer, nut. Okay, leave it loose for the moment. The points will of course have to be adjusted, so that's another little job to do. At the moment it should be open, so maybe around there, so we can put the screws in at that. There's a screw that goes down inside there. So we'll get our trusty flatheads. It's a Phillips. Flatheads here. In front of me, jumping up and down. Yeah, goes there again, leaving it loose because we have to adjust. Now let's see what we still have left. We've a few washers and spacers there for that. That is not needed. Now it looks to me like we're actually missing a screw, or two actually. Now where the hell did I put them? They're hiding on me. You can probably see them perfectly. I couldn't, they're behind it. You kind of expect when you buy a book like that it's going to get dirty. If it's not, you're doing it wrong. Come on, baby. You go. Now, that's her. Okay, and one more long screw. Now the long screw has to go down inside there, and so we take out a little foam spacer, which I'm not entirely sure what it's for. Let's have a look and see in a picture. There's bits missing in that picture, isn't it? Of course there is. Sure, it wouldn't be easy. Why would it be easy? Drawings. Okay. So, spring, fibre moving contact, insulating washer, metal washer, and insulating washer, sheen washer, spring. The drawings are hilarious. They look like somebody's done them on the back of an envelope. And, you know, the funny thing is given this book, I'd say that's exactly what has happened. So no, we'll get there in the end. We shall persevere. So that goes in there. And I would say that is quite a long screw, so you have to make sure you have your tongue at right angle doing these type of jobs, which is why you'll see me sticking my tongue out quite a bit. Okay, so let's see how we're looking here, right? So power being negative in this case, okay, comes through this post and into this, comes from here to here, through and is insulated there. Yeah, but how is that going to work? It's on metal there. Okay, so the spring brings the power around to here, grounds off there. Okay. So that will actually work. Alright, so we're not doing too badly then. I have one of those sneaking suspicions I'm going to end up with spare parts. I think actually, yeah. Hang on a second, this needs to come off. This spacer goes onto the little stud we have here, so we take them off. This up. Okay. That can go down through the spring. Well, that was an absolute bloody pain in the ass, but they work. So think we're right. Now, I'll probably do some more reading and find out that I'm completely wrong and I have to take them all out again and do it all over again. And if I do have to do that, I will do it because I want this to be right, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like it to be right now. So let's see how we fare out. Anyway, right, so unfortunately I am actually just thinking I'm actually going to have to take them out because I got the wrong points anyway, so. Ah yeah. Anyway, right, so that's that done. You can put the nut and bolt and everything on for our chain sprocket loosely because we have to adjust the timing, so the easiest thing to do is just to not tighten this up just yet. I'm just hoping now that the pullers hasn't made a mess of the threads in this, and I have a funny feeling it has. So trying to get the chain sprocket off. I didn't record it because of the fact that A, it's probably a bit boring, and B, I was under a little bit of time pressure trying to get a few things done on get the Magneto taken apart so I could get all the bits in for sandblasting. But we're kind of there now. You can see I probably have to get a thread file at these or something just to get that tidied up, but you get even a start on it, we're all right. No. There's going to be another difficulty now. Let's see where the start of the threads has actually been curled over a little bit. Oh, it's so close to being right. Okay, let's see now. What I need is a spanner. Again, hashtag Whitworth or whatever the hell you want to say. This will do it. You know what? I'm going to end up throwing this Magneto across the garage, and I don't want to do that really at this point in time. Let's put it aside and let's move on to putting the carburetor apart. We have a condenser for it and everything there as well too, so what I'm going to do is I'm put all the bits together in a box out of sight at the moment. Fortunately enough, the points aren't exactly expensive. I would have been really annoyed if I had actually left out something particularly expensive or gotten something wrong there, but anyway, that's okay. I got a new cover for the Magneto as well too, so that will look nice when it's finished. And later down the line we'll paint up our cover. We do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. I love that line actually. It sounds a bit silly, but I love it all the same. Right, okay. Carburetor. Nicely freshly painted. Carburetor parts. I have done some stuff off camera for this as well too, so let's see how we get on with this. Here's our main jet with our banjo fitting. I polished up the edge of the air valve. You can see nicely there that it's all shiny. So that's good. Yeah. Let's see what we're looking at here now. Right, okay, so we have to get that and that installed. This goes through here. There will be banjo fitting there. There will be banjo washers on there. Let's lay out everything we have. Ziploc bags with rubber gloves are never easy. Okay, so what have we got that we are going to use and what have we got that we are not going to use? That there needs to clean. So put the stuff that needs cleaning on the lid of my socket set first of all. That needs cleaning, that needs cleaning. That does. That does. That does. They do. We have fibre washer, copper washer, okay, and spring. Okay, a friend of mine asked me if there were fibre washers or copper washers on the air valve. I told him that they were copper washers. It turns out they're fibre washers, or not the air valve, sorry, the banjo fitting. God, brain is not working today. So anyway, first of all, you can see here, this is the needle valve for the float bowl, okay? Apparently what you do in this case is take this out, take the float out, and you put some valve lapping paste on, and you pop it in there, and you lap it in. I like that idea actually, I think that's kind of nice. So let's do that. Fine grade valve lapping paste. Tiniest little bit, I don't want to go too mad on this. Okay, I'd say that's probably off. Okay, so drop that in there. And let's get our drill with that. I think it'll do a better job. You don't want to go too mad on it, but either way we want it right. So okay. That hasn't gone well. A bit tighter than that, Ross. Very nice, that'll do. As you wipe off the paste, you can see there's a nice little line around there now, which is where the seal is going to be made. So that's perfect. Okay, next we're going to just give this a clean up. I had a better tool for the job. No garage is complete without Scotch-Brite. Now I have to be careful when I'm polishing this not to polish the sealing surface, because that will have undone my lapping work. So we're just going to go down the spindle, make sure that that's all nice and clean. Just because, you know, I mean, why restore an engine and leave bits dirty? It'll work fine anyway, but I want it to be right. So this is my game. If you don't like it, you can go home. So that's that. Pop that in there. Actually, sprinkle a WD in there just to flush out some of the cutting compound. And we'll leak check this afterwards as well too, but that goes in there. Okay, and we have this lot here, which has been freshly sandblasted. Now I'm going to just leave the bits of pipe on it for the moment, because It'll just stop the B-nut falling off. Oh, and there's a nut that goes on there as well too, so we have to clean that up first. That's this lad here. Bit of emery paper will do nicely there. So it's okay, so that goes on there. Nice. Okay, so that's tight now. Put our needle back in, put that on. I love how simple this engine is. I mean, that's just brilliant how that works. Literally just falls out if you don't have the valve in. But it works. And it's not what's important in these instances. I do feel like there's a bit missing from it actually, but it seems to. There we go. Okay, so that's the flow chamber set up now. Okay, so we can put that there. And this goes on top. We may as well put it on for the moment. Get your drill out of the way. There. Okay, so I was wondering if the air valve spring I got was too small. Now I'm wondering if it is actually right and the one that was in it was wrong. Let's have a look at it. Let's find it. So that goes there. Oh. I think that's actually right. Well, there you go now. Okay, so the carburetor is now back together and looking pretty smart if you ask me. New air valve spring, everything greased. That turns lovely. and we'll try putting a bit of petrol in it and see if it seals in a little while.